I became a minimalist and or minimal-ish. And gone back and forth between getting rid of all of my things and having almost nothing on the wall, to deciding to be a little bit more minimal-ish. Instead of talk about my top 3 reasons of why I became a minimalist of completely aesthetic. There are extreme minimalists, and then there are sort of like several different videos about like the 7 different types of minimalists, being like one being like organized, extremely organized, and all the way down to aesthetic, which is maybe like 40 things. Whereas I do not know how many things I have. There are hundreds, thousands. I am in a 3-2. It's approximately 1,200 square feet. And I do actually believe it's a little too big for us. I got a 3-bedroom because my oldest cried and begged for her own bedroom, and my kids still sleep in the same bed, and one room is now basically a playroom and the other is a bedroom. We're actually thinking about downsizing to a 2-bedroom until the girls are at least double digits. Grew up in a very chaotic household. I grew up in the 80s and 90s, and there was just stuff everywhere. If you looked at my house, you might think there's stuff everywhere. Still is. It is a work in progress. I have gone through the ups and downs of minimalism over I started in 2008, so it's been a while. Number 1 is anxiety. I grew up, like I said, in a very chaotic household with stuff everywhere, and the anxiety that was just like always in the background. It wasn't just me, but it was my mom at the time. House manager and kid manager. My dad was the worker, and that was the roles that they had implicitly figured out, or maybe explicitly at some points. I wasn't privy to those conversations. My mom took care of the home, and she used to complain because my grandmother, who was formative years and during the Depression, became extremely clean. Both of my grandmothers, because they were homemakers and that was their limited choice, took extreme pride in their homes and everything being spotless. You could swim on the carpet floors in both my grandmother's houses, and it was amazing. I loved going to their houses because everything was clean, everything had a place. I mean, this was their whole life, right? So it was just organizing and arranging the space to be perfect. I will say, though, both of my grandmothers did work at different points. And my mom's mom was a bank manager, so she worked and she kept a perfect home, but I digress. Reason number 2 is a lack of focus or clarity when I have a messy home. And I'm going to get to the other part of that in reason number 3, but a messy home is just like piles of things. Going into my closet and seeing things that I don't wear and constantly thinking like, do I get rid of it? Do I keep it? Do I get rid of it? Do I keep it? Just constantly like rearranging stuff because I'm like, oh, maybe this just doesn't fit our space. Focusing on my environment instead of my passion and learning. I think that when I have too much stuff in my house and or a messy house, my ability to sit down and do work diminishes very quickly. I think because it goes back to number 1, which is anxiety and feeling out of control. That leads directly into number 2, which is a lack of focus and clarity. It is a snowball effect. House is a mess. Not only do I feel anxious, but I then cannot focus on the things that truly matter, like maybe cooking with my kids or spending time outside, because I'm spending all of my time managing my things and or thinking about buying things, which is a former shopaholic. I'm doing a low buy year. Anxiety there and learning. I'm trying to channel it into creating content to help others because I'm really trying to help myself. Okay, number 3, and maybe one of the most important, is cleanliness. It's not just about organization and not having a pile of stuff everywhere, but that when you have stuff, even this jar of lavender on my desk that smells wonderful, over time that will gather dust. It's to be cleaned. All of the things that are everywhere in here, the hundreds of thousands of things, do need to be physically cleaned by a person, and I can guarantee you I know who that person is. Every desk surface, every microphone, every little thing that is in my house needs to be cleaned. Can I tell you right now I have too much stuff to keep this place clean? Yes. Do I have too much stuff to keep it organized? No. But that I feel like is the next level of minimalism that I want to get to. I follow a woman, A to Zen Life, on here, and people often comment, and I notice it too, how clean her house is. And people complain that she is too extreme because she doesn't have pictures on her walls, she doesn't have any decor really, and she has a big empty house. People will talk about the echoes in her house. And I know why she does it. I know because she's like me, and cleaning is not how I want to live my life. I have cleaners, I have soap, I have water, I have Fabuloso, I have all the things, Pine Sol, whatever. Do I want to spend my whole life cleaning my stuff? Because if we're being honest, it's gross when it's not clean. And right now, that adds to my anxiety, and it is a often under talked about topic when it comes to minimalism, is that it's not just the anxiety of your stuff, it's the anxiety of dirty stuff everywhere, and it is yucky. I do a lot of laundry and I do a lot of dishes, but I don't do a lot of dusting. I do some vacuuming, I do mop. But I can tell you how much easier those tasks are when there is just not stuff everywhere. I am back in the realization that over the last, say, 3 to 5 years, I have really become an accumulator. I went way off the deep end with minimalism and got rid of all of these things, and then I had some regrets about things I got rid of and ended up rebuying some stuff. And then this like cottage core thing I kind of got into, and I was like, I just need a tiny house that looks super cute, because my grandparents did it, my grandmothers did it. Let's be clear, my grandmothers did it. But I don't have the life that my grandmothers had. I do not spend all of my time indoors. I live in Hawaii. I moved here because I love being outside, and I don't want to spend all of my life cleaning. Don't get me wrong, I am a homebody and a half. I don't mind cleaning a little bit, and I really love gardening, and I like creating a space that feels welcoming and whole and wholesome and like home. But I'm realizing that cottage core, I feel like I may have to let go of it a little bit, because who can keep it clean? Who's got the time? I mean, there are people with different levels of energy when it comes to cleanliness and their stuff. And I think in minimalism, you really have to decide, just like how many kids you want to have, it's like, how many things are you capable and happy to take care of, right? I have 2 children. That is almost too many, but I love them both, and I'm so glad that they have each other and that I have 2, but I'm just saying, less can be more when it comes to things. Yeah. Okay. I hope this channel is resonating with some of you. I love Don't Be a Lemon. I love Ada Zen Life. I love the Cottage Fairy. I love her 86 square meters. They are super inspirational. I would love to learn more about cinematography and aesthetic content and documentary style filmmaking. I'm just doing what I know right now. I'm a former trauma therapist, and so I really want to like help other people, help myself, help me help you. Okay, thanks for coming.
And say, this is what it looks like and it feels like, and now you know. That is the concept, it becomes much easier to move through your day